Yes, you are a donkey.
I'll show you how to act a donkey.
Everything that Charlamagne is saying is true.
May 14th goes to the Ozark Police Department in Alabama. Now, if you haven't heard about this story, gather around. There is a man named Reginald Burks who is currently faced with a decision. He must either write an apology letter to a police officer because he cursed at the officer, and if he doesn't, he must serve up to 30 days in jail. Let's go to News 4 for the report, please.
Judge Nicholas Bull ordered Burks to apologize to the officer who gave him a speeding ticket last December. That's in addition to the $200 fine Burks shelled out this week. He believes that making Burks say I'm sorry to the officer, and Burks admits he used one bad word, violates his right to free speech.
According to the federal cases, what has to happen is those words that he uses or someone uses has to incite violence. That's not the case in this situation.
Harrison adds that Supreme Court cases support his interpretation of the law. Profanity-laced language does not violate the law. As for Burks, he stands firm in the belief that he was not wrong for what he said.
But I told my mom I'm probably just going to go up there and see if they're going to actually give me some time from not 10 days or 30 days, whatever they want to give me, for not writing an apology letter, because I'm not writing an apology letter. I don't think it's necessary.
All right. When the judge talks like this, you gonna go to jail if you don't do what the judge tell you to do. Now, look, it's tough being a black man in America and having to deal with law enforcement, because the reality is, in our minds, every encounter with police officers, we just trying to survive. And in the case of Reginald Burks, personally, I'm not cursing at the police officer. I totally understand and respect the power dynamics in that situation. When we out in the field, out in the streets, as much as we want to say these officers work for us, they don't. Okay, they technically do, because we are tax-paying citizens, but a lot of them don't act like it. And I am fully aware that I am dealing with a human who has the same pride and oftentimes wounded ego as anyone else. All right, these police officers are human, and some of them are narcissists, high conflict personalities, kids who were bullied in school and now they got a badge and they want to do the bullying. Okay, I'm not saying this is all police officers. I'm just simply saying that I know there are plenty of people like the ones I'm describing in those uniforms. And guess what? I don't have time to determine who is who and what is what. I just want to get home. So if I'm Reginald Burke and the cop gets in front of my car and doesn't move and the cop tells me to go around, I'm going to probably just go around, if I move at all. Because once again, in my mind, the way my anxiety's set up, he's standing in front of my car telling me to go around. But what if he decides to say, nope, he tried to hit me with his car, and then he pulls out his gun and lights my ass up? That's the type of stuff we got to think about. One thing I'm not doing is insulting or antagonizing somebody with a gun, especially someone who is authorized to use that weapon if they simply feel threatened. So either I would have took my chances and just drove around like the officer told me to do, or I would have just sat there and told the officer straight up, look, I'm a little scared right now because of the way you are acting, so I would rather sit here until you decide to move out the way. But one thing I would not do is tell the police officer, and this is what Reginald said, allegedly, get your ass out the way so I can take my kids to school. That's why y'all underpaid, because y'all act dumb. That right there isn't going to do anything for anyone but cause problems. But Reginald did what he was supposed to do. He went to court last month, prepared to plead guilty, paid the fine, which was $211.22, but the judge told him he should write an apology to the officer for allegedly having cursed at him, write the letter, or serve 30 days in jail. This is all ego, if you ask me. And this is exactly why you don't play with the law enforcement in the first place, okay? You want me to stand at a chalkboard like Bart Simpson and write out repeatedly, I will not curse the officer, I will not curse the officer, I will not curse the officer. Now, we all know judges have discretion in sentencing and can include things like requiring a defendant to apologize. But does this punishment fit the crime? I would say no. 30 days in jail if I don't write a letter apologizing to this officer for telling him move his ass out the way. You got to charge me with disorderly conduct or something. You can't go from a $200 fine to me having to serve 30 days in jail if I don't write a letter of an apology. Ugh. One of the roots of all evil is abuse of power. Please understand that. Please give the Ozark Police Department in Alabama the biggest hee-haw. I think this is abuse of power.
All right.
We should go to Breakfast Club court again.
What part you want to talk about? You want to talk about the fact that he said he's not writing a letter?
Yes.
Or is this abuse of power?
Well, I mean, it's all the same. So I'd like to hear from the people. If it was you in this situation, would you write the letter apologizing to the police officer or go potentially do 30 days in jail?
Where is this, in Alabama?
Alabama.
No, I'm saying I'm sorry. You want some food? Let me take you to dinner. Like, I don't. No, I'm not going to jail then. If it was in Baltimore, no.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm gonna go and do my little 30 in Baltimore.
I'll write that letter. I ain't going to jail for 30 days. I'm not going to their jail.
Them Southern jails,
When
yeah.
they gonna set me up in their jail, they gonna be mad I didn't write the letter.
I wouldn't want to go to jail anywhere for 30 days for something like this.
But think
You know what I
about
mean?
it. Let's say you don't write the letter. Now they mad you didn't write the letter. Now you going in their jail.
Now I
you
gotta
proving
make
a
an
point.
example.
Now
out
they
of you,
gotta
boy.
make an example of you.
Boy, you gonna listen, boy.
That's right.
All right, you gonna learn. Your kind gonna learn to listen, boy.
That's right.
Okay.
Next thing you know, you in the shower, taking a shower, and
Yeah.
And then what? Why? Tell me more.
All right, well, let's open up the phone lines.
Yeah, what?
585-1051.
Next thing you know, you in the shower. Why you gotta go to the shower as soon as you get there? Damn, man.
800-585-1051. What are your thoughts? Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Come on.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.